What's going on, guys? So in this episode of What's He Up To in the Shop, well, yes, I have removed the ECU from my GSXR 1000. I've also removed the oxygen sensor. The reason for all of that work is because I am having my computer reflashed. And if you are also getting yours reflashed, you may want to remove your O2 sensor in the process. It's a device that is not going to be used once your ECU is reflashed, so no sense in keeping it around. Most tuners will tell you to just unplug it, but for me, I like to take it a step further and just remove it altogether. And on the GSXR 1000, I can tell you that Suzuki basically knew who they were selling this bike to, and they've made this process very easy. So let me show you what you're going to be up against. First of all, you'll need a 5mm hex to remove your one piece of fairing hardware that you're going to need to remove. I'll show you where that is. You're going to need a 17mm wrench to remove your oxygen sensor, and then you're going to need an O2 bung. And there's your part number for this one from Drag Specialties. That is a 12mm, and you're going to need a 6mm hex to tighten that in. Okay, so down here on the left-hand side of the motorcycle, this little guy right here is what we've removed. And as you can see, if it'll focus, there is your O2 bung already installed. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video almost in reverse. So right here, where that O2 goes into the exhaust, it will route that line or the wire up behind the water pump, kind of wraps around, comes back around this way, and then up underneath here where you can see the rest of these connectors. That little black connector is literally right where my finger is, and it's practically impossible to see up in there, but all you do is you just squeeze that connector and it pops right out. Nothing to it. As this thing is up underneath that weather cover, you may not be able to see it, but you'll just press down on this tab, and this tab is pretty much pointed straight at you in there. Basically like this. And so it'll be up underneath there. Again, there's no way to get a camera up in there, but you just peel all this stuff back, press that down, kind of wiggle it around, it'll pop out, and you're going to need to snake it out of here. There is you can see this. Okay, this little guy right here, where my finger is pointing, this thing, that is a little metal clip. It's a bendable clip that is holding all those wires in place. You're going to need to open this up, and that'll allow you to get that O2 wire out from in there. Once you've done that, just snake it out. Take your 17mm, pop your O2 loose, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, put your O2 bung back in, and away you go. You're set. Literally could not be any easier. I know motorcycles that are a lot tougher than that. So I guess here you go, bonus track, getting the cowl off the back of one of these bikes. Again, super easy. The only weird thing about this is remembering that you've got a pretty substantial push pin right here that when you pop that cowl out, it's going to be on there pretty good. You're going to need to remove your side cover, obviously your seat. But from there, it's just basically push pins, number 4 hex, and a big Phillips head. You're going to remove your positive lead on your battery. So killed power to the ECU before you do anything. So do that first. Put something in the way so it doesn't accidentally make contact. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, you're just going to basically start unplugging stuff that holds things together. It's pretty obvious. The one thing to remember is this little guy here. The cowl, actually, this slides up into the cowl. So the cowl, when you pop everything off, is going to slide back. There's 4 push pins underneath here. Really, there's nothing to it, guys. Super easy. Don't let it intimidate you. And that's pretty much it, guys. Once you get started on it, it's fairly self-explanatory. A lot of it is just finding where the parts go and if there's a sequence to it or anything like that. Guys, honestly, it'll probably take you longer to get your tools together than it will to do the actual removal of the oxygen sensor. The cowl, on the other hand, it's just real fiddly. There's a bunch of like hardware and screws and stuff like that, but that's all it is. There's nothing fancy and there's no real trick to it. It's just remove everything that holds the cowl and then kind of slide the thing back. And that's it. So hopefully that helps you out. Post up your comments if you did, and that's a wrap. Hope to see you on the next one.